Give me half a second, guys, and then we'll be ready. I don't even make chat show up. I don't stream like this very often. Okay, now I can see chat. Let me just fill this water bottle up. It has been a weekend. Hello, anybody. So some of you guys may know, I had originally said we were going to be doing a haul stream where we, undid all, or like, opened up and showed off all the stuff we got while we were at Bandi Card Fest. But I'm gonna be honest, Bandi Card Fest went really, really bad. Like, no one I know got any merch, even people that were like 20th in line kind of thing. People that had camped out since like 2 a.m. didn't get merch. Sorry, big stretch. I've been driving most of the day. I'm in some random hotel in Oklahoma. Hopefully the signal is good enough to stream. So I picked up this Digimon. There was a lot of Digimon players at the event, so I was curious. So I wanted to kind of check it out. Since they had a new box coming out. But today, but yeah, so Saturday, or Friday I arrive, I go out there to take a look. We're just really going to open these up and kind of like shoot the shit, because I have like no VODs left for YouTube, and my intention had been to stream some stuff while I was here, but it's been such a disaster that didn't happen. So Friday we go there, everything's pretty fine, we do our pre-register. It's a little bit confusing where to go, but everyone's having a good time playing games, like jovial mood. Elfrith, Isaac. The Saturday, I wake up at 4:30 a.m., which is early. I get there, and the line is about 2 turns around the building, right? Which is not unexpected. Like, this was a big event, so I was like, oh, it's whatever. I thought there was supposed to be a competitor line, but these guys are telling me there's not one. As time... Oh, also, yeah, there's a lot of construction going on at this hotel, so there might be random people noises, or random building noises. At the Delta Plus. And the Kashantria. So we get there, we, start doing the stuff, start working on it, being in line, doing our best to chit-chat, not be anxious, because I'm by myself this time, I don't have my wife with me, I don't have a bunch of people with me. There's some people that I know that play the game through Discord, but not like super well. So we get in line, and it's you know what, I will do a little pile of rares and stuff. We'll move it around as we get more space. So we're chatting, and like there's all this question about, is there supposed to be a second line? Because online it looked like there was. But from what we can tell, there's not a second line. But like as we get a little bit closer, we realize there's kind of a mass of people over there, and more people are following behind them. But the issue is with stuff like this is is that a valid line, or did someone just start standing there and therefore everyone else started standing there? You know, because that stuff does actually happen. So, but then and what's really weird, I don't know why it's built like this. There's a graveyard on the side of the convention center for like reasons that I don't understand. So like we're wrapped around the edge of the graveyard. Okay, that's weird, but like it's the edge of the graveyard. Well, as the competitor line, like gossip and all that, starts to get bigger and bigger, people are going over to that line. But the shortest point from, like, path from point A to point B is through that graveyard. So people are just running through the graveyard, like, not on the sidewalk paths of the graveyard. I mean, like, straight up sprinting through, like, areas where people's tombstones and like headstones, like the flat kind that you can just step on, and they're just running through it, stepping on it. I don't know if it's just because I grew up in the Bible Belt, but that feels really weird and gross. We got perfect strike this time. Feels really weird and gross. Well, after a while, the competitor line thing, the security guard comes and tells people, oh, this isn't a real line. We're only opening the one door. So thankfully, I was lucky, and I went with a group of people over there who had friends that were general entry, and they pretty much said, yeah, if that line ends up not being valid, we'll let you back in, kind of thing. Some people weren't so... Oh, I didn't even notice that citizens take a stand. Some people weren't so lucky and ended up having to go, like, to the back of the line because they went to this supposed competitor's line. That happened 2 or 3 times, with the line steadily growing, getting dispersed, but then it just kept getting longer and longer and started snaking through the graveyard, which again is really, really weird to me, that the line goes through the graveyard. I didn't realize that battle base was there. This one, okay. So, we start getting closer and closer. And, like, people are, like, rumbling and grumbling because they're like, dude, it's going to really suck if people that were kicked out of this competitor's line multiple times for being told that it's not real end up getting screwed over when they open those doors. And that's what happened. They opened the doors on the right that was for the quote-unquote competitor's line that we were told wasn't a real line and were dispersed multiple times from, and people left. They opened that first, and people lost their shit and started sprinting and, like, shoving their way across the graveyard. And then, all of a sudden, the doors on the side opened as well, and so people just started sprinting every direction and shoving people. Like, legitimately, I'm surprised nobody got trampled, which is really horrible. This was my first Bandi Card Fest, by the way, because I'm pretty new to card games. We got Blitz, Gundam, and Fortress Defense. Pretty new to card games, as some of you know. They legitimately, I am surprised no one was injured during that. The staff had to start yelling at people, telling them to stop running and shoving, or they would kick people out. Which seems correct to me. Like, it's shiny cardboard, guys. Well, then when we get in, there are signs, but if you're very far away, you can't see them because they're low to the ground. Sorry, there's a lawnmower going by the window. Like I said, I'm in a hotel room on the first floor. So there's a competitor in general entry because the competitors are supposed to get in for general entry is free. They're supposed to get access to the store at noon. We're supposed to get access to the store earlier than that. Result, the goat. We're supposed to get access to the store earlier than that. But, like, we're getting mixed information as to which side is the actual competitor's side and which one is the, guys! This is my second one of these. Hell yeah, this card's beautiful, by the way. Oh, also, this is the second alt I pulled. Hold on. Today, I was looking for this Digimon box, and I picked up some, like, blisters of One Piece for the new set, and I pulled this alt art as well from a random blister. Let me Let me put this bad boy in its sleeve. What the fuck? So we, like, I saw people multiple times basically get told different things as to which line was general entry to competitors on the inside as well. And so we all had to go through security screenings, which was annoying in and of itself. Apparently, like, it was supposed to be no outside food or drink, but what they kept saying is no open containers, so I had a closed energy drink that they took, which kind of pissed me off. I wouldn't have bought it the other, if I had actually known that it was no outside food or drink, I wouldn't have, bought shit to bring inside. So, all that's going on. We're getting in line. We're slowly starting to move. The doors for competitors open at 8:30. We're supposed to have access to the store for an hour and a half to ourselves before general entry because we paid and we're competing, and so we can't get up whenever to go to the store. And events like this have limited time slots and limited merch. Before the doors opened for competitors, like maybe one or two people had gotten in, the time slots were sold out for merch. The code, supposedly by some of the judges, I don't know on that one. All I know, I'm not here to point fingers. Like, there's all these stories that like 2 judges got arrested. It was judges from Oklahoma. I don't know. All I know is seemingly the QR code got leaked. Intentionally, accidentally, I don't know, banana. And that meant none of the competitors got to use the early shopping. They started refreshing them. Some people started to get... And a buster! Guy, okay, I have to interrupt the story to tell you this. When I went into the store, the guy straight up told me, I was like, can I get some Gundam? He's like, yeah, I can only give you 6 packs. I'm like, that's valid. Like, I get you. And he starts to pull them out of the thing, and he's like, it looks like I'm going to run out after this. I'll have one left. I'll have to open up a new box. I was like, my man, can I pick the packs from the box? And he looks at me suspicious, which is fair. And he's like, we don't normally do that because, sometimes the boxes are seated and people know, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'll be honest, I've heard they're seated, but I think you need to know, like, open a pack or two to see what's in them to get an idea. And then, like, you can map it out. But, like, I don't know what's in that box. And he was basically said, if you let me shuffle the packs, if you let me shuffle the packs, I'll let you pick. Guys, there's only 2 alternate arts in a box, and even though he shuffled the packs, we got both of them. That's crazy. But anyways, so none of us got access to merch. They started throwing it up again later, but it was geo-fenced by that point. But the issue is, the store is near the general entry and not the competitor's line. So competitors would have to leave the line to be close enough to get to scan to get a time. Which a lot of us aren't willing to do because we're trying to get in there. And some of us don't know because this information is just being telephoned around. And because of the misinformation about the lines, no one knows what the fuck is going on, right? It's the kind of thing, where I talked to Crab about this during the trip. It's so many true and untrue insane things have been said while here. You can't believe or disbelieve any of them because any of them turn out to be true. So we get in there, and I will say that the tournament part, the part that I was actually there to do, I wanted merch, there was specialty merch that was supposed to only be sold there. I wanted that. I didn't get it. The tournament aspect itself, while it got off a little bit late because it took a while to get everyone in there, because the single security line with 4 scanners there was 700 plus Gundam people, over 1,000 One Piece people, I don't know, Dragon Ball or other game now, but you see what I mean. There was several thousand people even just on the competitor aspect. We got started a little bit late, fine, whatever. The judges are doing their best, they're not, Banshee. They're not they're doing what they can with the situation, you know? Okay, so that is all the Gundam. We're going to open up our first Digimon box. So there's like, the word starts going around there'll be a restock at noon, which, great. But if you're competing, you can't really just like get up and scan. And even then, the people that were able to scan, the app kept crashing, people would get all the way through, and it wouldn't tell them that they had a time slot. Some people only found out they had a time slot when the time came, and they were like on the other side of the center or participating in stuff. You know? Like, how can you plan side events and like tournament participation when you can't, when you may have to run to the store and have to stand in line for hours? And the merch line stretched all the way across the center for most of the time there. Like, it was, like I said, this is my first time being there, but there was a lot of people there that were like, I've been to other ones. I've been to dozens of events unrelated to this. I've been to other Bandai events, and this is by far the worst one. Their words, the worst one that they'd ever been to. And you can see it all on Facebook and Reddit and videos on YouTube. Like, there's a lot of accusations going around. People are really mad. People are accusing judges of stuff. People are accusing... Oh, we got this legend fact. Oh, we got the... What are these? I've never opened a Digimon thing before. What are these? We got, like, special sleeves, it looks like? Hell yeah. I don't know anything about Digimon. Not for sale. Not for sale. So, but yeah, all sorts of accusations that the judges leaked it on purpose because they were paid to do so. They were giving their friends access. It was an accident because someone, like, left the QR code at, like, all sorts of things were said. Blah, 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 blah. And that's bad enough, but then there's this whole debacle with the side events. A lot of people paid for... I missed signing up and paying for the side events. You know, I was sick. I kind of fever dreamed that I had signed up, and apparently I didn't. So people signed up for these events, and I signed up for a side event too, because I was like, well, if I lose out too much, I'll just maybe try and get into one. Some of the side events were delayed hours, sometimes up to 4+ hours, and then most of them were empty. Even like the last minute setup ones that are like show up day of, like get on the wait list, it's all like just spillover people kind of stuff. People weren't allowed to enter more than one because they were all slotted from 11 to blah blah blah, and the Bandai app doesn't let you go into multiple events within 2 hours of each other. So you only got one shot at like 8 events, which is kind of oh, this Cupidmon card's really cute actually. It looks like a Chow from Digimon. So you only got one shot at it, right? And in that one shot, you very often, with mine, it just stayed on applied for 6+ hours. It never like said tournament started, tournament over. Like it never like, what? This is like an evil like mechanized Sukamon. It never really like gave you information that, hey, it's time to stop waiting. Even when the tournament was done, it was still just hanging out there. All of the Gamamon cards from the Ghost Story game are so cool looking. Gamamon was such a cool game. Mummymon, classic. So no one, like the app didn't notify people that, sometimes it wasn't even sending out notifications of round pairing. Someone almost missed their round because they weren't notified in the app when it was supposed to. Oh. Okay, 2 things. We got Tactimon, who I don't remember. There's a lot of words. I do not play this game. I just liked Digimon, the TV show. But we also got this alt art of Machine Dramon on our first one. That's sick. So some people weren't getting notified that they'd even gotten selected or that their rounds were paired. And at certain points, like, it was just like there wasn't any real communication. People were going around asking questions and just being told, we don't know. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on it. And in one story I heard, this one's hearsay. I'm just going to straight up tell you. Someone said, I want a refund because if you weren't on the wait list, it's because you paid to be in the events. Some people straight up were just like, I want a refund because this is bullshit. And one person said that they were told, the guy that's supposed to give you a refund, if you walk up and ask him, he will tell you to go away. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And again, hearsay. But, like, all of the judge and staff interactions I had were positive. There was times where they straight up told me, hey man, I'm sorry, I don't know. We don't have, like, one person told me, we don't have enough staff to cover all of this. And I was just told to stand here to not let people through. I don't actually know anything about the side events. And you know what? That does suck for both of us. You know? Like, that's putting you in a position to fail because you can't actually help. You've got, like, one person that knows what's going on and they're trying to manage all of the things. And, I mean, that was, like, day one. Now, granted, there was some drama with the actual Gundam tournament. Apparently I heard it was the first and third. It was someone in, like, the top 8. 2 people in the top 8 in round 9, because I remember waiting, and then there being, like, this whole big long pause. Actually, there was 2 bits of drama. One, a bunch of people dropped and didn't, like, notify that they dropped. They just stopped showing up, which gave a lot of people, like, free wins, which kind of skewed the results. It didn't really impact me that much. I went from 355 to 345. I did throw 2 games. That's a sick-looking Devimon. I did throw 2 games. I acknowledge this. I probably could have done better, but this event, like, the whole lead-up to the event was extremely stressful, and then, this being my first time doing something like this, I found it very, like, overwhelming and overstimulating. So, you've got that going on. Is this from Ghost Stories? This guy looks like he's from Ghost Stories, but this must have been late in Ghost Stories where I'd kind of, not Ghost Stories, Appmon. He looks like he's from Appmon for some reason. I don't know that that's true. If anyone knows Digimon better, please say so. But, like, like, legitimate, whoa. This is just an uncommon, but it looks so cool. There's a lot of colors going on. I don't know the color system in this game, but that looks like everything. So they basically, one of the top tables got caught colluding to throw to end it at round 9 so that they were both guaranteed top 4 prizing. I've heard there was money involved. I've heard there wasn't money involved. All I know is that it was apparently overheard by a pair of judges. So that shit got shut down. Whoa. Apocalypse SR plus, baby. This arc where they ran into him was unsettling. Because Apocalypse do the masochism on himself. For some reason, Fox Kids let them show him tearing his own skin with his claws in moments of anguish and bleeding, which was honestly a wild decision. So that messed with the results, as did the whole, like, people quitting and not reporting that they quit. Those people later got dropped, and that moved me up 10 spots. But like I said, it's whatever. I didn't really I was aiming to go for 1 extra pack. I would have needed 256 or higher to get the 1 extra pack. I think if I hadn't been so on edge and, like, uncomfortable the entire time, I may not have thrown those 2 matches, and even if I had just gotten 1 better, I probably would have gotten it. But you know what? It is what it is. It's my first time. It's a learning experience. I did have fun in the actual tournament aspect beyond just being, like, a little stressed out. Except when I got hungry, because I got it in a protein bar, even though you weren't supposed to bring in outside food or whatever. But food cart wise, there was like 6 food carts, and it was like, would you like to pay $5 for a soda or a bottle of water? Not a big bottle of water, just like a dinky ass like $1 bottle of water was $5. Would you like a Chick-fil-A sandwich? Just the sandwich, that would be $10. Philly cheesesteak, $15. Like, I get convention center food is expensive, but when I was at Gen Con, like, we got 2 meals. It was $42. It was 3 street tacos and some chips, and my wife got something else and some chips. We both got drinks, $42. Is that expensive? Yeah. Convention food, expensive. But it was like proper food, not, anyways, here's like an Auntie Anne's pretzel. Kind of, this was not an Auntie Anne's, but you know what I mean. It's like, here's a pretzel. It's going to be like $9. Aw. It's Bellifmon sleeping. So cute. Also, I just want to tell this story real quick. When I was in Japan, we were going to Odaiba, and hello, Richard. Whoa, B, thanks for the raid. We're talking about our shitty adventure. I just have my phone today. I'm at a random hotel in Oklahoma that I drove to. So we've just been like chatting and stuff about the shitty time we had. So all of that going on is like bad enough, right? A lot of people are upset that they got fucked over by merch, especially like a lot of us flew here. Hello, B-Drop, thank you for the raid. I'm sorry it took me so long to notice. I'm by myself. I only have my phone right now, and we're yapping. So legitimately, like, people are pissed. They're already talking about how this is the worst event that they've been to. This guy was so weird in Digimon Season 2. The worst event they've been to in their lives. And some of those side events went on so long that it was like past closing, and people were told, here's your participation, get out, kind of thing. Oh, my Otismon, such a good villain. Puppetmon, hell yeah. These are such good, like, Season 1 villains. This Piedmon, this Puppetmon, this Myotismon. Then, thank you for doing the shoutouts, because I would have no way of doing it with my phone right now. So then, you know what? We say, oh, man, that was rough. Maybe day 2 will be better. Maybe they'll have it figured out. Day 2 was worse. Day 2 was somehow worse. I get there, again, another 4:30 in the morning wake up. I show up, and instead, I mean, there's still a line, but there's only one line this time. Someone tried to start a second line, and it turned into like a literal shouting match and almost like physical altercation with a security guard. I got sent a video of it. I can confirm that one happened. You can literally like see them yelling at each other and then having to back off so that there wasn't like actual like hands thrown. Well, come to find out as well, there's an escalator that ascends into the building. Apparently a bunch of people lined up there and were told by a staff member that this was a legitimate line. So, also hello to any other raiders, and oh, this card's so cute still. That this was a legitimate line, and when the doors unlocked automatically at 7:30, about 80 people got inside the building before they were supposed to, and some of them got into shoving matches on the escalators and like fucking scattered, and some tried to hide in the building. Again, this is all for the chance to buy shiny cardboard, and you guys are fucking adults. You know? Like, I can understand being pissed that you like spent hundreds of dollars to come here, and it's really annoying that they like managed it so poorly, but like, you know, one guy legitimately got arrested at the event. Supposedly, they arrested the guy that was stopping someone from shoving his way through the line and causing a ruckus because he, like, stopped him physically. Oh, Black Agumon. He physically stopped him, and they basically said, that's violence, that's unacceptable, give us your badge, and you're removed from the event. Creepymon. Creepymon always had such a dumb name. I only remember him from the Chiako Kanaka, like, Season 3 of Digimon, where it's all creepy horse stuff. But yeah, at least one person was arrested. Several people got into physical altercations. One of my opponents literally told me he was hoping to see a guy with a bloody nose because the guy shoved him while he was walking to get by him, and so he stuck his leg out and tripped him. And again, people have just been sprinting through like a literal graveyard to get to this stuff, which feels really gross and weird. So, and then through another door, about 100 people got in, from what I was told. So this caused all sorts of issues. You've had almost 200 people get into the building that weren't supposed to be there. People are hiding, people are fighting, people are just generally being a menace. And legitimately, they were supposed to be in at like 8 o'clock because there's events going on. They keep everyone outside, which I kind of get. Like, there was disruption, they had to like fix the issues. Well, they're calling up the people that were top cut, the people that had like special events that they're supposed to be at, which makes sense because they need to participate in their special events. All of the events end up getting delayed. We don't get in there until like 2 to 2.5 hours later. They then, for some reason, they snapped into being really effective. Then it was like, not compatriots, what are they? Competitors here, other guys here. This line's going first. Go, 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 go. Which sucked for the general access people that had camped out since 2 in the morning, and they suddenly could not get into the building until all of the competitors did. Put our Piedmon and our Metal Greymon there. So it got so bad. And again, with the side events, merch store. Merch store on day 2, they switched to paper slips, which, you know what, I'm fine with that. That's what they did at Gen Con. It worked. Was it frustrating sometimes, especially if you got a random slip and it like wasn't a time that worked for you? Like, both days I know people that were in there in the top 20, like first 20 people in the building. Neither day did they get merch. That's how like flawed and screwed up everything was. Which again, and it's not like people are like giving this merch out. Like, it's limited to this event. It's going on eBay for like $700 to $1,000. Oh, this Flickmon is so cute. So like, it's been the whole time. And so like, if you aren't in the top cut, now your only thing to do is shop or do the side events. There's nothing else to do there. There's a couple like demos, but they're demos for games that people have already played because, you know, they're there at Bandi Card Fest. So they show up and you get inside to get into the merch line, to get into a giant line, to get a paper slip, to get a chance to buy merch. And by the time I got in, again, remember, I was in the competitor line. By the time I got in, all of the slots were gone again. There was no shot at getting any merch either day, which is why there was no haul stream like I had originally planned, because I literally didn't get to like buy anything. Which is why we're doing this. We stopped at some random stores on the way up, driving from Dallas to Oklahoma City, and we we were looking for the Digimon. If they didn't have it, we bought a couple packs and moved on, because, you know, times are tough. Like, the world's kind of shitty. So I was like, let's buy a couple packs at a store. It'll be nice, and it'll give us something to do. It also helps us a little bit because it's not on here. I don't know if my wife had a rough work day. She's not with me right now, but like, I don't know if she's in stream, watching stream, whatever. But we did get the TCG player up and working, and in the like week or so since we've had it going, we've sold like 30 plus cards. So of the stuff we had listed, which was most of our like rare or higher Bandai stuff, like Gundam, some Magic stuff, most of that has sold already. So I was like, you know what? Since I didn't get any merch at the event, let me get some stuff. It can be stocked for the store, but I don't have it listed anywhere related to the Twitch right now. So unless she's in here and can drop the link, it's kind of out. There's an evil looking Chew. I guess this is Chumon, which I guess is just a different version of Chumon because it's also a rookie. Because they do have these like alternate versions like Psychemon, which is like Tsunomon. Paradise Lost, sick reference for my children's TV show. My Y7 TV show with its parental laying hands on children. Deep themes of feeling like you're losing connection to your sibling due to divorce. Like, ooh, look at this Venom Myotismon too. The art in the Bandai games is so sick. Which is crazy to me, because I bet if I look this up, it's going to be like, this one is 25 cents. And you're like, damn, that's crazy. That looks awesome. But yeah, day 2, basically your only options, if you're not in like a competitive thing, are to shop, pay overpriced food, do some gachapons, which, I mean, there were some cute gachapons, but like, that doesn't really interest me, you know? Nah, just random stuff. What am I gonna do with more random stuff, you know? So, I say, okay, I don't have a chance of getting a time slot. I'm waitlisted for an event. There were people up there who were like, hey man, I paid for the event, but it hasn't sent me a link. Like, to be able to, like, submit to, like, go in, even though I paid for it. A lot of them just straight up missed the event because of that. They kept being told, oh, we'll find out and get back to you. Hours later, the event ran without them. Events were running half empty to mostly empty. Oh, what the hell? Mood. This guy has a mood? Look at him. He got gum on himself or whatever. Like, a lot of times, like, events were running mostly empty, and you just had people standing there being like, I'm on the wait list. You guys are running half empty, but I can't participate, and I only get one that I can apply for each day because they're all scheduled from 11 to X. You know, that's kind of... Some of the events had so few people, they didn't even get to fire off. Like, 2 people showed up, even though there was, like, an entire crowd of people waiting to want to participate. It was bad. I don't know that I would go to another one of these. I would probably try and go to... let's see if I can scoot this back just a tad to get more of the cards in. I would probably go to another regional that wasn't Bandai Card Fest, because there are, like, there's one in Quebec, there's one in, like, Orlando. I'll probably still try and go to the one in Nevada, even though I didn't get into Nationals. I've still never, or it's in Vegas, and I've never been to Nevada. And I'll use it as a dual-purpose trip. I'll try and go to a side event. Maybe it'll run better. If not, hell, I'll still get Nevada off my list. I would be more pissed if I wasn't also using this trip to be like, well, okay, I'm going to Kansas and Oklahoma because I've never been. I made the... This was me every 4 a.m. waking up for this goddamn event that kind of sucked. So the whole thing was a fiasco. And if you look on Reddit related to the Gundam TCG, or like Facebook for the Gundam TCG, or even like YouTube videos, you'll see people going through much more detail, probably having information that I don't. Some of it may be true, some of it may not be. I'm trying to avoid some of... There were some insane things being said. Like, there was video... Ooh, SR, Satan Mode Lucemon. Again, in my Y7 children's show. And Metal Greymon. But, like, legitimately, there was video of, like, judges walking away with bags, supposedly of merch. Now, I'm going to say straight up, people were coming for them in the comments. But, like, there's no context to that video. They just had bags. People are claiming that it was merch bags. The merch bags I saw didn't look like that. So I'm not out here about to say that, yeah, judges were, like, buying up all the merch to sell it. Like, people are looking for blood. People are upsetty. And I get it. Because I was texting my wife every time something happened. I was like, dude, you're never going to believe it. Like, this insane thing happened. Like, oh my god. Like, people are jumping over barriers to try and get into the line like 0.5 seconds faster. People are like running into tombstones while sprinting across the graveyard attached to the convention center, which, again, I'm just going to stress this. Why the fuck is there a graveyard right next to the convention center? That's so weird. Why make the line that you broke up and then reformed and then broke up and then reformed and then broke up go straight through the graveyard? Because all that meant is that people were just running back and forth between it to try and get from point A to point B faster. Like, yeah, I really don't know if I would ever go to this event again. But I think I would still like to try at regionals because I had fun playing. Like, the people that I got to talk to. Oh, this Metal Greymon we've already gotten, so I'll just pack them here. The people that I got to talk to, Lilithmon, were cool. The people that I got to see, like, I struck up conversation with people that I had talked to at Gen Con. Like, I'm not gonna say I made friends, but I made, like, new acquaintances based on that. And when I was kind of, like, overstimulated, just kind of sitting there staring off into the void eight rounds in, like 10 hours into the event, being like, I'm so tired. This is emotionally exhausting. One of the judges was like, hey man, are you okay? Like, it's not like the judges were out here just being like, get the fuck out of here. Like, if you had questions and they had answers, they would try to answer. But, like, it was very clear that this shit was not ready. And this is a very minor complaint that I did see some other people have, is that the event was originally for like 500 people, and they increased it to 750 people. Went from like 512 to 760 something. Well, they never increased any of the okay, I'll get to that later. Sorry, a text. Hello, Odie. Okay, you have my attention? Bruh, I've gone through a shit ton of story. But I know you probably like work and got busy and stuff. Why is the camera sideways? Has it been sideways the whole time? No one said anything? Hold on. Is that better? Legitimately nobody said anything? Bruh. Yeah, no, I had it sideways so that I could, like, see what was going on better, and I just assumed that it had rotated, because I don't usually stream from my phone, you know? I mean, yeah, I think I've only streamed from my phone, like, twice, ever. Honestly, I thought I left my tripod in Dallas, because technically, I was like, there's a non-0% chance that I'm like, fuck this, I don't want to drive all the way over there. Yeah, but it's just me. I don't have, like, another phone to view off of. I don't have a computer with me. It's like, oh, that looks cool. It almost doesn't look shiny, which is crazy, because it definitely is. Ooh, Black War Greymon Ace. That's some sick art. That's some sick art, my guy. So, Odie, this is what you've missed. There were fistfights. There was shoving and people being tripped. There was people sprinting and... This card? It looks like an error. What do you mean? There was people, like, running through graveyards and stepping on graves, jostling into tombstones. The card before, Bagramon? It's kinda shiny, but, like, comparatively, it's really not, you know? I can try and look into it later. Normally I'm at a computer, so I can just, like, tab over to stuff. Like, like 3 cards before. I don't even know what was 3 cards before. What was that, Dark Knightmon? Goliscalamon? Deadly Axemon? No, yeah, so this would have been about... These would have been 3 cards before. Dark Knightmon? What's the error? It's just an uncommon, so it shouldn't be shiny. So, the, let me toss this bad boy here. So, but yeah, so, legitimately, I know someone who signed up for the event, who signed up for the side event. They paid, but never got the link, and just, like, after 2 hours of waiting, and I was waiting there with them for a while, because I was on the wait list for the event. And you know what happened? The event went off, and it never notified me that that I was no longer in the wait list. So I sat there for 2 hours just waiting for an event that had already started and I had no shot at. And every time I would ask, they'd just be like, oh no, it says waitlist, you just gotta wait. And I'm like, the event says it started at 11. Can anyone confirm for me? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was. I don't know if you saw or heard anything, because I think you're in some card discords as well. It was a fucking disaster. Holy. Like, it was bad. But thank you for being the one to let me know that the thing was not correct, because I was going to be real annoyed at myself. Yeah, no, it was bad. The only thing keeping me the only thing keeping me still trying to go to the one in Vegas is so that I can go to Nevada and knock it off of my state list, which would leave only like Alaska. As this black and red Agumon, I know it's just like a simple like rookie card. I just think it looks really nice. You know, like, oh, this is an uncommon plus. This is an alt art. I was like, why is the border different? I'll have to look for it. I think we have another one of these. This guy was such a freak in Digimon Season 2. Actually, you know what? I need to correct something. I said Creepymon was from Digimon Season 2. He's from Digimon Season 3. No, he's from Digimon Season 2, not Digimon Season 3. All of the Bandai cards look great. Even if they're, like, minor. I have, but that's just because I grew up playing, like, the Digimon games. I'm going to have to go back and look for that guy. I've saved our Legend pack, and I'll kind of show at the end what all we got. But yeah, no, it was... There were people there who paid, again, hundreds, if not, like, $1,000+ between airfare and hotel. And, no, that's fair and valid, B. I appreciate the raid. I'm sorry that it was sideways. I just didn't know. I don't stream from my phone very often. Like, ever. But it's all I have with me. So they, legitimately, there's going to be a lot of complaints. I don't know that it's going to amount to anything, because I'm pretty sure the tournament organizer is going to have, like, has a contract, you know? So they can't just be like, well, we're no longer using that tournament organizer. But I've pretty much been told Play TCG is a terrible tournament organizer. Again, hearsay. This is what people have told to me as a new person who does not know what they're talking about because they have not participated in this. It has some people put off of, like, even playing the games anymore, which on the one hand means more product for me. But on the other hand, it kinda sucks. These cards are so cute. This is, like, really, like, chibi style. It's weird to see, like, little Lucemon hanging out here in the corner. This freak again. I love this weird, dumb square, man. I do not know this character. I've never played this game, but like I said, people were talking about it. People were showing. Some guy had a crown made up of, like, War Growlmon cards, which I thought was really funny. Oh, we got an SR. Jesus. This thing's horrifying. I'm trying to remember when this was. This is Quartzamon Ace. We'll put Metal Seadrum on. Oh, wait, we already have a Metal Seadrum. We'll put him up there with the other one. Yeah. I'm sad I didn't get any merch at all. Like, I didn't need to get everything. But, like, I didn't even get, like, a sleeve or a pack. Because I didn't even, like, get the chance to go to the merch store. Even on the day where I wasn't competing. Even when competitors got in, actually this time before the general entry people, which is how it was supposed to go day one, but didn't go down. And then the whole, like, the merch code leaking. So all of the time slots... Dude, the food was not even that good. I will say it smelled good, but it smelled good because I was running on 2 protein bars all day. Also, I'm just going to say Dallas is fucking expensive. Granted, I'm going to full-on admit that the food I got, I knew was going to be expensive. You saw the picture. Those 2 lobster rolls, I haven't had a lobster roll in ages, so I was like, you know what? I'll treat myself. I'm on a little trip. Would you like to guess how much those 2 lobster rolls and a drink were? because it was disgusting. $76 US. For 2 lobster, right. The rest of my time in Dallas, I had 7-Eleven pizza and protein bars. I didn't let myself eat shit. At one point, after the event, I was so hungry, but didn't want to spend more money. I got one of those big-ass 7-Eleven burritos and took it back to the room, only to discover I didn't have a microwave and said, fuck it, I'm just eating it cold. That was the vibe that we were on. Got another Puppet Mon. I do not have, like, a full-on book, so I'm just gonna have to put these bad boys in, like, regular sleep. It's, right. So that, but see, that wasn't at the event. That was just, like, at a food hall on the way back. The event place didn't have any food that night. It had, quote-unquote, Bavarian pretzels, which look like the pretzels that you buy from, which is what you would buy from, like, I don't know, a superstore where you get frozen pretzels. That's what they look like. Bags of popcorn for $10, $15. Every drink was $5 or more. The Philly cheesesteaks were like $15 a piece. The Chick-fil-A sandwiches were $10 for just a sandwich. Like, it was fucking disgusting. I am gonna get Asian food for myself tonight, but it's where I'm at is cheaper right now. But yeah, dear God, was it bad. And I'm generally pretty, like, easygoing, you know? It's kind of hard to, like, make me upsetty. Why does this look different? Why are you... It's kind of hard to make me upsetty, you know? Like, when Gen Con was going on, and they're like, we have to mark down everyone's stuff, we're starting late, like, we got another Lucium on Chaos Mode, we're... Tactimon. Oh, we pulled Tactimon earlier. She's right. It was right there. I'll deal with some of this later. So. See, that sounds great. Legitimately, what I did yesterday is I just looked, because I knew I was going to be driving like 3+ hours to get here, right? And it's not like I've been sleeping a ton. I tend to go to bed at like midnight, 1 o'clock. Ish, and I was up at like 4 something every day for the event. Legitimately, the second day, by 2 o'clock, I just said fuck this shit and went, because like there was nothing to do. There was nothing to do if you weren't a competitor, unless you wanted to sit through the demo of the games you were already playing. You know, like I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. The whole thing was a mess. But yeah, the long ass. I mean, the Gen Con. Yeah, like at Gen Con, there was issues where it was like, oh, they don't have enough pins, so we're starting late, so you can't really shuffle your stuff. You can't start. You need to mark down what everyone's got. Okay, so there is one of these. It's not the first year it's being held, is what's weird, as far as I know. Actually, I know that because someone said they were at Dallas for a different one. So it's not the first year it's even been held in Dallas at that location. I don't know what the hell was going on. Paimon. Myotismon. I've lost track of where some of these are. I'm just going to have to figure it out later. I really don't know. And like I said, it was weird during day 2, after the 2-hour delay, after people had like gotten in 2 times when they weren't supposed to, and had like, well, the thing is, general entry was free, and the tournament ticket was only $35 or $37 after tax. Like, it's, the cost of the ticket was not that expensive, and it sounds like it's going to be a huge-ass hassle just to get it. Now, if you paid for side events as well, on top of the ticket, I can kind of get it. But, like, I don't know. This was the first Gundam regional, and it left a lot of people not feeling good about the game. And you weren't here, but one of the guys basically got told, supposedly, again, this is the story that I was told. I do not have first-hand account of this. That the guy to give you a refund is over there, but if you ask him to give you a refund right now, he will tell you to go away. I'm going to have to look back through this, because this one's an alt as well. I think it's just that the border's different. I've not been, like, I've mostly been paying attention to the last two cards. I wasn't really aware that, like, middle cards could be. Got Metal Greymon again. And we got Kapipimon. I do remember him from Appmon. I'm about to start running out of places to put stuff. How many pages do I just have this cute... I wanted to get a 4x4 binder before I left, but the place I went to didn't have any. So I got this cute, like, one... Also, what's wild is you weren't supposed to... I don't know if Bandai will, honestly. Bandai's known, apparently, for having really scuffed events, but, like, this was apparently, like, beyond the pale of scuffed. Like, people were like, this is even the worst Bandai event at this location that I've ever been to, which is, in a way, high praise. Well, and a lot of people have pointed out that Bandai does not run these events directly. They run them in different venues based on the tournament organizer, which in this case was, I think, Play TCG. Like, the one in Orlando had some issues, but it ran much more smoothly, and that's done by, like, Versus or something. Core TCG, I think, does the one in LA. The one in Quebec is another completely different company. My understanding from people is that Play TCG has a bad reputation for being one of the worst tournament organizers. Nope. They've had it for years. Ooh, this is a neat Lucemon. But is it as cool as this Regulusmon? SR, baby? I'm gonna have to start, like putting these front and back. I'm running out of pages in my little one book, and we've still got 6 packs in the legendary pack to go. Pretty much all of these will end up on the TCG player, which has been doing decently. Since it's not in my commands yet, because I set it up to go live the day before I left, which was a mistake. Yeah, so when I opened it, it came with these 2 sets of sleeves. It looks like with Apocalypse and Mephistomon on it, and then it just says Legendary Pack, 2 cards per pack. I figured we'd open the Legendary Pack last. You know, to have it end in a legendary manner. And then we can also kind of show off what we found. Like I said, I'll go back through and see if there's any of them that I missed, but, you know, for the most part, things looking hella full. Sleepy Belphamon, Damemon, Godgrade, what is that? I never even noticed. What is that on his thing? What is that? What is that? This looks like evil like Mecha Zudomon. But yeah, if you were there, yeah. The cheating thing was wild too. I cannot believe supposedly first and third, but someone definitely at the top tables got caught colluding to throw to end it at 9 instead of 10 rounds to guarantee they would both be in the top 4. Oh, because they're kind of like broken out into different stuff, yeah. Like, and they straight up got disqualified. Whoa, he looks awesome. Periodmon. And then Blastmon, which we have seen before. Like, imagine going to the first regionals for this game and then getting DQ'd because you're being a fucking moron beside the judges. You know? Like, I wish I had done better. I wish I hadn't thrown the 2 games that I threw. Both of them, it was me getting, like, I'm stressed out. Like, a lot's going on. It's a lot of people. It's my first regionals. There's all sorts of things. I have social anxiety, so I don't do great with crowds. Like, I'm surrounded by people all talking at the same. It's so overstimulating, and that's a me issue, you know. That's not the opponent's fault. But, like, both of the games I threw were times where it was like, oh, I only took a quick glance and I thought I had 4 shields. If I had stopped and looked for a moment instead of just acting, I would have realized I had 3 shields. I would have traded into some of his units. Mine would have survived. He only had 1 shield left. He wouldn't have been able to clear my 2 or 3 units that turn, and then I would have won the next turn or the following turn. But instead, I just swung for face to take him down to 1 life because I thought I had 1 extra shield. That's on me for being over-eager, stressed out, personal problems. The other one I threw, I, again, got him down to 1 shield. I was like, okay, I got this. Let me drop 90% of my hand, flood the board. Now I've got 5 units. What you going to do? What he's going to do is do the thing that he's supposed to do at turn 8, which had I been paying attention, I didn't realize it was turn 8. He dropped wing 0, cleared all of my monsters, and I had nothing to deal with his stuff with. Again, had I been paying attention better, I would have not done such a stupid maneuver. Yeah, that's just an R. I just want to make sure. Like, those are on me. But, like, can you imagine straight up, like, trying to throw intentionally to cheat? Like, I don't get it. It seems boring. Maybe it's just me. Like, if I won something unfairly, I would have to think about that every time I saw the winner card. Now, granted, the winner card's actually ugly as fuck. It looks like a hero is fucking melting. His face looks like it's falling off his body. Or that's the finalist card, not the winner card. The winner card's a really cool looking wing 0. But, like, I don't know, man. The whole thing's left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I don't. It'll be interesting to see how Vegas goes. And even more so, it'll be interesting to see how Astamon. I don't remember this guy, but it looks really cool. Is he holding a Tommy gun? It does kind of look like a Tommy gun. And he's got like a zoot suit kind of thing going on. Some sort of tamers. Is that the first tamer card that we've seen in foil? Interesting. It'll be interesting to see, like, how populous the Vegas event is going to be because of all that went on and what happens to the Dallas event next year. It having just ended, I haven't seen an actual response from anything. Also, the very empty, like, we care about crowd safety, blah, 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 blah. That's why we're keeping everyone in the angry crowd outside 2 hours longer while all this shit is going on. You could hear people just, like, start yelling at people as they, like, felt like they were being cut in line. I mean, I would have gone to the Quebec one if I could. I missed the sign up for it. Some people I know are going to multiple because it's, like, only top 16 or top 32 or whatever. They changed it to top 32. Get into the nationals thing. So, like, some people are going to multiple in the hopes that they can, like, make it in one of them. Oop. Now we accidentally revealed the next one. Ooh, Belphemon Rage Mode. That looks cool. It's kind of like rainbow effect that just goes through, like, his body. It almost looks like. I think we got 2 packs left and then the legendary pack. It was not going to be a long one today. Well, the thing is, too, like, my wife was like, yeah, I think when we do stuff like this, we both need to go. And I was like, I can see your point, because, like, it's hard for me to do stuff while I'm competing. I'll grant you that. But her being there wouldn't have changed anything, because she would have had to be general entry, and she wouldn't have gotten a merch slot because of the code leak. She wouldn't have gotten to get in time to get one on the other day, because they were sold out before general entry. Like, the slots were gone before general entry even got in the building, kind of thing, you know? Like, her being there wouldn't have changed the math any. Are they just, like, local store tournaments for Gundam? Because I do go to like 1 or 2 of those a week. I'm supposed to go to one on Thursday, but I think I want a break, especially because the Starter Deck 5 event comes out Friday, which will be great because I'm in several of those, and there's only like, each store is getting like 6 or 12 starters, which is not a lot. That's less than they got. Also, apparently, like, you can really, really see the scar on this finger, which I didn't realize. It's from me accidentally cutting it down to the bone one time. I sent my wife a picture of something I got her, which was just like a promo from a scavenger hunt. That's the second one of those guys we got. And I was like, damn, you can really see that shit. Normally regional zone. Okay. I need to get the TCG player in that command. The name of it is King's Pondside Store, the same as the eBay is, but I don't think you can search for a specific store. You need the link, or you can go in through, like if you're searching for an item and they happen to sell it, you can then go look at just their store, and it'll show you what they have. But I wonder if I could take this video. This will be an interesting thing to try when I get back. Export this video into CapCut, cut the video where I rotated it, take the first half of the video, try and rotate that back into the correct, like, aspect. Hello, Rain, thank you for the lurkies. I hope you've been doing good work, hasn't been trying to kill you. Rotate it in CapCut so that it's, even if it's smaller, so that it's like the right way, and then re-splice them back together so that I can not be annoyed at myself. But note to self, it doesn't rotate, just put it normal. It is funny that like the in training and the Appmon cards are so like cutesy. Like, these guys are so much cutesier than like, now granted, Appmon was just a very different thing. It was more like focused on like cell phone apps or like smartphone app kind of stuff than like, here's data come to life. What the? I don't think I've seen this card at all. We have seen Skull Knightmon. Got another Metal Seedramon. Got another Machine Dramon. But yeah, after this, I'll show what all we got from all of this stuff. And like I said, I'll go back through independently and look for any uncommon pluses or anything that we missed, now that we know that that exists. But here is the Legendary Pack. Oh, that does look cool. So we got Gamamon, who is the protagonist's Digimon partner in the Ghost Story show, which is honestly really, really cool. And then we got Mist Memory Boost, which is a common, but I don't know how to play the game, so I don't know what it means. Look it up. I only have my phone with me. I don't have a way of looking it up because it's the phone that's streaming right now. I can look it up later. I'd send you the link to the TCG player thing, Odie, but currently I only have it set to ship in the US because of how fucky everything is. Yeah, so these are the ones that aren't in the book yet. We got this Regalismon. We got this uncommon alt of Yuki Oikawa. We got Belphemon Rage Mode. We didn't have anything in the back of there. And then here's the stuff we got from Bandai Card Fest and today's polls. We got this special EX base. We got this Meme Monkey D. Luffy card. We got the Machi resource, which originally I was bummed that I pulled this, but I'm going to be honest. Because of me being a competitor, I didn't get to do the scavenger hunt until noon, and then at noon, they were out of this card from the scavenger hunt, and there wasn't more the next day. If you didn't get it by noon, day one, you didn't get it. We got Zex Marquise resource from Gundam Wing. We got Kira Yamato resource from Gundam Seed. We got an Evangelion action point card from Union Arena. We got this energy marker from Dragon. There's like 3 Dragon Ball games. I don't know which one is which. We got Digital Gate Open from the Digimon one. These are just ones that you got for showing up. Except for these resources were ones I pulled from my participation packs, my resource packs. From my participation packs, I got Kagala Yulia Atha alt art, which is cute. I got the Shamblu, a card that I was like, fuck, if I pull double Shamblus, I'm just going to end myself. It's such a rough card to play right now. We got Tony Chopper for my wife, because this was one of the other scavenger hunt prizes, and I was like, well, I can't get what I want, but you know what, she'll like that one. From one of the random One Piece blisters I grabbed today while I was running around at shops. You know I hate to leave a shop empty-handed, especially if it's an independent store. Yeah, sorry my nail is split. I pulled this alt art, this like $70 alt art out of one of the packs. And then I pulled this very expensive, very beautiful Overflowing Affection. I already have one of these, so this is going up on the store when I get home. I got the Buster Gundam, which I had one of these, but I sold it. So I'm keeping this one because I've started collecting the alt arts for these. Then we got this Machine Dramon alternate rare, which was the first thing we pulled from all this. We got this Apocalypse alternate super rare. The only one I really want to grade is the Gundam LR++, because it's like a $500 to $600 card. Like that's gonna be worth grading, and it's the first like 1 in 3 or 4 case guaranteed kind of cards. I'll see about grading some of them, but if they're only like $100, it takes like sometimes $25 to $50 just to get it graded, between like the price, the shipping, all that. And if it doesn't come back at 10, like a lot of places don't add any additional value to it. Unless it's like 10 years later, then they're like, oh, it's an 8.5 of a card from 15 years ago? Hey, look at that. I remember you had said it was fucked because of Terafee stuff, or did I misremember that? Puppetmon. Alt. We got this Lucemon Satan mode. We got this Black War Greymon Ace. I'll have to look into it. For some reason, I remember there was some sort of Black War Greymon that was pretty expensive, but it was probably an alt art. This one's not an alt art. We got this Agumon, alternate uncommon. And then this Quartzmon Ace. And that's all the stuff we got. I appreciate everyone coming out. How the fuck do I raid from my phone? How do I see who is on? Which one? The Gamamon? Or the Quartzmon Ace? We say the last card, the very last card I just showed, or the very last card we pulled total? Last one pulled. I mean, I'll get back to you. I don't even know how to type in the chat. I'm really scared. The one with the Tatas? Crazy sentence, but you are not incorrect. It looks like it's a Lilithmon. I know we pulled Lilithmon. I can give a point of comparison if I could find it. I think it's over here. Nope, Spidermon. Nope, yeah, there's Lilithmon. I was correct. The boobs called to me. Yeah, there's Lilithmon. So yeah, that's definitely Lilithmon and Nekomatamon, maybe? Looks like it's some sort of special draw card. I don't know. I will get back to you. I'll be honest, guys. I'm stupid. I don't know how to raid out from my phone. Stream manager. Can I... I can hear myself. It's a crime. I don't know what to do, and I'm scared I'm going to accidentally flip the camera and show myself because it's right next to the chat button. So I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to end stream. I can't figure out how to type or how to, like, chat. Like, I can hide chat or view chat, but if I click down at the chat from my phone, it doesn't let me type, and I don't have a computer with me. That's my issue. Yeah. When I say this was an impromptu stream, this was supposed to be a haul stream from the event where I just showed off the stuff we were able to purchase at Bandi Card Fest. That didn't happen. Yeah. So instead, I just bought stuff from random stores around town. And we just did this and got to, like, talk shit about the Bandi Card Fest. Which, again, go to Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube to learn more about what all happened in greater detail. So, if I got anything really big, I'll let you know. And I'm just going to say I apologize. I raid out like 99% of the time, unless something like an emergency happens or I lose internet, or OBS is just like not having it and killing off the stream. I legitimately can't figure out how to do it from here because I can't type anything, and I'm really scared of flipping the camera around and showing myself, and if that happens, I might just stop streaming entirely. So I'm just going to end, and I love you all. Thank you for listening to my bitching. I don't know that we're going to do the wildlife park stream tomorrow. Logistically, it's a little bit tricky because I don't know what this area is like. I got to worry about every shiny surface sewing myself. Yeah, we'll see. But I may, if you're in Discords with me, I may like drop pictures and videos. But anyways, love you all, bye, love you all, bye, love you all, bye.